Hi loves, it's Emmy. Welcome to my channel. If you have never been here before, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back, and thanks for coming back. So I did like the way that I did my last video, Flosstube 17, that it was just kind of like a little vlog, like throughout the week of, like what I'm doing. So, I think that's how I'm going to kind of do it again. Today's Friday, May 3rd. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys what my plans are. I have stitched one day. I started this week for my mania plans, which was try to stitch 3 days out of the week. And so I stitched on Monday, even though it wasn't in May. It's whatever. And then after I film this, I'm going to go down and stitch a little bit tonight, and then I'll probably stitch tomorrow and Sunday. So far, I'm on track with my mania plans. It's week 1 though, so we'll see. But I wanted to check in with you guys a little bit about magical stitches. I do have some plans to get a little bit more involved with magical stitches. I have picked some. Also, why my hair looks crazy. I try every couple years to do the no shampoo method of hair care stuff. If you have questions about it, let me know. I'm pretty open about it. My hair gets super frizzy. My hair is naturally curly, obviously. And so it gets really frizzy and I get really bad split ends. So about 2 years ago, I went completely like no shampoo. I just rinsed my hair with water. All the research that I did, and I didn't like super dive into it at all. My sister went to beauty school. Like I'm not like an anti-product person. For my hair, it was just what I needed. I have thin hair. I do have a lot of it, but I have thin hair. And so the research that I did, basically what happens is it's kind of one of those catch-22s. Like, you use shampoo because by using shampoo, you strip away all of your natural oils. And so your scalp reproduces those oils. I believe naturally your scalp is only supposed to produce those oils about once a month. And so if you let your natural oils coat your hair, it'll basically tell your scalp that, hey, I don't have to produce these anymore. Therefore, I don't have greasy hair because all the natural oils are evenly distributed through my hair. It's wonderful. Some people, their hair is not good with it. Mine, because it's curly and dark, I can hide the transition phase, which is anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, depending on how much product you have in your hair. I usually don't put any product in my hair anyways, and I usually only wash my hair every 2 days or so, just because it would get frizzy if I did it any more than that. So my transition phase is relatively shorter amount of time because I started out with not having a lot of product in my hair. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. But if my hair looks greasy, it is. But that's just the process it's going through. I encourage you to look it up if you're looking for, a change of pace. I think it's relatively easy to do in the summer. Just because it's kind of like an easy, I rinse my hair with like kind of lukewarmy water at the end of my shower. I just kind of throw my hair up into a bun to shower off, like my body and stuff. And then at the end of my shower, I just rinse out my hair. I massage my head and get kind of the oils working. Rinse out my hair with like a lukewarm water. I dry it with a cotton. So I use a t-shirt that I just kind of put the hole over my, like the neck hole right here, flip my hair over, twist it, and kind of tuck it up. I I do that in the mornings, and then I don't brush my hair at all. Like this morning, I got out of the shower, and it just kind of naturally um, did this. It's super volumized. This is day 3 that I've been doing it, so it still has a ways to go. The biggest thing is that you need a boar's hair brush, and you have to brush your hair out and get all those oils down your hair every night. So there is a little bit more work in the beginning, but it really does pay off. Disclaimer, some people's hair just does not fly with this. There's a lot of different people out there who it's like my hair type, it's not a good fit. It has nothing to do with you're doing it wrong. I mean, some people do it wrong, but sometimes it has nothing to do. You could be doing everything right, and your body just is like, no, we don't want that. So, thankfully mine does. So, pre-warning you, my hair will be greasy, but it's clean. You know, it's not dirty. It's just the natural oil that it is. So anyways, so I wanted to come on here really quick and do my May-June stitching extra credit projects that I plan on working on. I don't have something for every single one of them, but I did feel like if I maybe focused on these 5 or 6 projects, it would help me, you know, kind of have like, these are the ones I'm going to focus on for 2 months and maybe get some really good progress in them. So the first thing is something that you could find in the Black Lake. You have to stitch on something. My go-to was a mermaid. So if I don't have a mermaid yet that I really have fallen in love with. If I find a mermaid, I will start it and put it on my really pretty blue, purple, pink fabric. I'll start that and add it to that one. The second one is stitch on a project that has an item you would find at a winter ball. Couples, fancy dresses, suits, snowflakes, food, that kind of thing. So here's my reach. I'm going to try to work on toil. And I'm going to work on toil because I feel like if she was going to a winter ball for the goddess of death, she would fit right in. So that's going to be my stretch. I also just want to get some work done on her, and so I figured, hey, I can plop her in and we'll be good. This is where I am so far with her. So I haven't got a ton of done stitching from Shenanigans, but that's where I am so far on her. So not far. I would like to get a couple hundred stitches in, and I think you need like 500 stitches or whatever. Yeah, 500 stitches. So perfect. Okay, 3 is stitch on a project that has an eye for Mad Eye Moody. Obviously. Y'all know I'm going to be working on some Beatrice. So, I got so much stuff in here. So, that's my progress on Beatrice. I haven't touched Beatrice in a long time. I think I actually might stitch on her a little bit tonight because I'm just going to be watching TV and it's just kind of mindless. But that is what I'm going to stitch on for the eye. Because she's got eyes. And Chauncey has eyes too. So that is that one. Those are the only 2 hates I have. Okay. Number 3 was an eye. 4 is stitch on a project that features a mode of transportation. So I'm going to do Map of Hawthorne Hollow. I do have to restart this one, unfortunately, because I think I oriented my fabric wrong. So this will actually be my 3rd restart on Map of Hawthorne Hollow. Good grief. But that's how much. So I didn't have too much done. And I'm going to use the fabric that I dyed. That kind of old mappy looking one. But so that's my progress on that one. But like I said, I'm going to restart it. So that's that one. Then 5 is stitch on the Imperious Curse. So something that you saw that made you lose control and had to stitch it. So I am doing All Souls for this one. I may be able to put All Souls also in the 6, which is to stitch on something that you might find in a maze. For example, like bushes, grass, or geometric designs. And All Souls is relatively, it's kind of maze-like just because all of the little sampler things. So I'm definitely going to stitch on it for Lose Control, had to buy it. But maybe also for Find It in a Maze. And this is where I'm at with All Souls. So, really, really enjoying this one, you guys. Like, I love it. I am doing it 1/2. And this is a 28 or 32 count even weave. I can't remember. In the Paris green from Weeks Dye Works. And this is the fabric I dyed myself. But I am like, I'm freaking loving this, you guys. It's a lot of fun to work on. Okay. 7 is, oh, I lost it. 7 is stitch on a project that has words. And it has to have words. It can't have just letters. So I'm going to stitch on our piece that we got from Stitch Shenanigans because that's a word. I did a little bit of stitching on that, but that is my progress so far on that one. And I am really enjoying this one as well. I like this one a lot. Do need to find a little bag for that one. I don't have one for that. Okay. Number 8 is stitch on a project that begins with the letter found in Goblet. So I'm doing E, and I am going to stitch on my Epic Harry Potter. And that is how far I am right now. So not too far. But I haven't picked this one up in a while, so I was like, you know what, I want to stitch on that, so I'm going to try to make it work. So yeah, that's for one of mine. And then, so 9 was something that stitch on something you once loved but haven't touched in over 6 months. This one I am picking for a Snowfall. And I loved this because it's the first piece that I've ever done with linen. This was the first thing I've ever started that had linen in it. I have 5 stitches in it. Literally. The same 5 that I had from December. And I know that I started this the end of December. But everything else I've stitched on. Or at least put like 1 or 2 stitches in. And so this is my closest. And I figured because it's May, June, and it would be June, 6 months would be in June. The other part is if you've worked on everything within the last 6 months, work on the project that has been the longest since you worked on. And I believe it would be this one. A lot of other ones I did like that next week. Like late December, like the last week in December. And this one I did before Christmas. So that counts for me. So that's what I'm going to do for over 6 months. And then the last one is number 10, which is stitch on something that lays eggs, dragon eggs. And so I am going to do my Field of Fucks because there is a raven in it. So that's, and I don't have a ton left. I could also potentially work on this one if I'm just like totally in a groove. I could stitch on it for something with words in it because I do have to finish like the bottom little sentiment over here. So if I get stitching on this, I might just go through. because I would really like to finish this. I think it'd be really cool. Okay, so that is it for right now. Like I said, those are my plans for. Oh, and then there's one that's like the sit on something while you watch Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. But I'll do that anyways. And I don't know what I'm gonna pick for that. It'll just be whatever I'm stitching on. So plans for this week. I am gonna stitch on something. Maybe I'll stitch on Beatrice. Now that I see Field of Fox, I kind of want to stitch on that one though. For tonight. But I'm gonna stitch on something. It was kind of a long week, you guys. Just a lot of the kids that I work with, I work in the life skills classroom, if you guys don't know. A lot of our kids are really, really affected by allergies. And so it's kind of that time of year right now. The allergies are like up and down totally. It depends on what's blooming. The tree pollen has been really bad. The flower pollen. I suffer from allergies too, but nothing like these kids. I think every single one of our 10 kids have some kind of suppressed, or not suppressed, compromised immune system. And so, it takes them not washing their hands one time and they get sick. And they get like sick. Like I have one kiddo who literally, just like his entire nose is just like crusted. Thankfully that kind of stuff doesn't gross me out. And so I have no problem like holding a tissue up to his nose and being like, blow, dude, but I feel like that this week has just been really bad. We also have a kid that is really susceptible. He has a tracheotomy, and so like he cannot be around sickness because he like literally has an open hole into his body. One of my friends, one of my coworkers, who's my friend, her son has a compromised immune system, and so she has to be really careful about being around our kids at work because she can't take something home because then her son will be in the ER for a week or whatever. So there's just been a lot of that kind of stuff going on. It's, I love my job. I absolutely love my job. School's going really well. I have my kind of like final project due this coming Wednesday or Thursday. I would like to have it done this weekend though. I think if I crank it out this weekend, I think I'll be fine. A lot of it is just going to be kind of like research and looking at, we have to create a scope and sequence and for the school year, for social studies, and incorporate all these different kinds of lessons and look at state standards and our like the Oregon Department of Education standards for history, and then also like the Common Core standards for literacy and history. So looking at, Common Core standards. If you're a teacher, if you're not a teacher, this is gonna be totally boring too. But Common Core standards don't focus on content, they focus on what a student would be able to do. So the content is up to the state. It's at the state level. And so each state is relatively the same. That's kind of why the implementation of Common Core happened. But so like right now I'm focusing on 8th graders because that would be a grade that I would really love to teach. And so, that's American history. And so a lot of it is, the content standards are, looking at the, impact that, early colonists and kind of early revolutionists had on, indigenous people. Versus the Common Core literacy standard would be something like, the student was able to take a primary document and analyze it and give you a paper or a presentation or whatever. So that's where you kind of have to marry the two, and you have to figure out, okay, which ones are they going to do presentation on, which ones are going to do papers on, which ones are we just going to have a massive test on, all that good stuff. But I enjoy it. I hate tests. I think they're stupid. I hate the fact that I have to take a giant test in order to help negate tests in the school system. I love finding out kids' knowledge and what they've learned, but a standardized test is not the right way to do it, unfortunately. You just basically teach kids to memorize something and regurgitate it, not actually learn it, which sucks. And it's not any, like, no offense if you were a teacher long ago, that's just how the system was. The system's changing because now there's a ton of research out there that's like, hey, this isn't helping. It's not helping our kids. But anyways, that's a whole, maybe that'll be like a Stitch with Me video. But anyways, so I will try to see you guys definitely on Sunday. I might pop back on really quick tomorrow just to kind of check in with you guys, say hi. But that is it. So I will see you guys on Sunday for sure. Hope you guys have a good Friday and Saturday, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye guys. Hi loves, it's Emmy. Hi baby girl. She's just staring at me from the doorway. Come here. Come here. Hi. She's funny. Anyways, I am back today. Today is Sunday. And I just wanted to kind of pop on here and show you guys a little bit of what I've gotten done. I got some good progress on Map of Popcorn Hollow, because I was restarting it. And then I also started another little small, I keep going back and forth between what I want to do, for the Stitch exchange on Stitcher's Coven, which is a little Halloween small. I keep going back and forth. So far I have 2 different things in the works. They're both really small. I mean, they're not, like, one of them is just one of the little prairie schooler, like, little, probably 3.5 by 3.5 square that has like a little picture of a witch in it. And then the one I started, I'll show you. I think it was out of this just cross stitch Halloween. It was. I am doing this witch down here. And I'm just doing her in all a variegated orange thread. So that's actually going to be like my take to work piece, because it's just straight lines back and forth of color. So I'll show you how far I got on that one. But first, I will show you, and I'm going on like 4 hours of sleep. So last night we went to go see Endgame. It was awesome. If you're into superhero movies, it was a great movie. Wrapped up, I think like a 10-year. Is that when Iron Man came out? I can't remember. Pretty close though. I think it was like 10 years. Of just kind of like a series of movies. So I think they are going to start doing kind of like a new generation of Marvel characters. That's the take I went. You saw some heroes emerging, and some of our favorites kind of stepping aside. So it was cool. I liked it. I think that's how you should do superhero movies. I think you should kind of be like ever changing them, Okay, so, anyways, that's why I was like, why was I talking about that? So we went to that movie last night at 11. Mind you, I didn't even think to check how long the movie was going to be. I figured it was going to be like 2 hours, maybe. No, it's a legit 3-hour movie. Our movie started at 11, and we got in our car at 2:15. That was great because, if you know from my videos, I stitch at 7 a.m. with the lovely Chelsea and Michelle. So I literally messaged them on Instagram, like when I was walking up to bed at like 2:30, and I was like, hey, just let you know, we just got home from Endgame. I will be there in the morning, but I'm going to be a little late. So I showed up about 7:30. It was lovely. There was a surprise waiting for me though, because Aubrey, Stitchy Witch 42, had come down to hang out. And so that was awesome. And honestly, yes, I was only there 2.5 hours, but I feel like it went by so quick. And I don't know, Chelsea and Michelle and Aubrey can comment, like, I don't know. It felt like the 2 hours literally was like an hour. And I mean, Audrey's just amazing. And so, yes, she's wonderful. So that was really fun to see her, and then just to see the ladies, because I love my ladies. So I took Map of Hawthorne Hollow with me, and that is see, you guys have already. So anyways, I'm going on 4 hours of sleep. So that's why this is going to be really discombobulated, and like I've already done twice, I really need to take a nap, but I hate taking naps because I'm just the kind of person that I'm going to push through, go to bed a little bit earlier. We also got Game of Thrones tonight, and I'm like fucking pumped about that. I need to work on my final a little bit. So I'm fine. I just need to wake up a little bit. And I had gotten home. Oh, and then I went to breakfast with my sister because she pulls up to the Panera parking lot at like 10:15, 10 o'clock maybe, because she knows, like, because I always want her to come stitch with us. And so sure enough, I see her car. Like, Chelsea and Michelle and I are all like about to like get in our cars and like go. We're like talking to each other like from our cars. And all of a sudden I see Tessa, my twin sister, pull up, and she gets out of the car, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And both Chelsea and Michelle are like, because she's my twin sister, and so we look very much alike. And she was like, I just wanted to come see you. And so Michelle was like, oh my gosh, there's two of you. And I was like, yes, there is. So she was on her way to go to breakfast with a friend, and she was like, do you want to come? And it was like, 10:15. I was like, all right, sure. Alex was still asleep, so I called him and I was like, hey, I'll bring you lunch when I'm done. He was like, okay. So it did that. That really helped. I actually worked on my witch a little bit while we were waiting for our food. I think it's going to be like my little travel piece. So then I came home and just was kind of sitting on the couch. And of course, that was a bad idea. I should have just like come right up here, started stitching, started filming, whatever, started working on my final, anything. But I didn't. I sat down on the couch and I just like slinked lower until my head was like, and then I felt myself like adjusting the pillow. So I think I took like a little like 20-minute cat nappy kind of thing. And then we have a stupid neighbor who, I think he like works on old cars or something, but he literally like, because he'll start it up. And it's like it's like a big like diesel engine. But he'll start it up, but he'll just like keep revving it. And I don't know anything about cars. But I know enough that like you live in a very residential area. Like very residential. There's houses. I mean, yeah, we have backyards, but it's not like there's property. And he just sits there, and I'm talking for like 15 minutes. The car's just going, and he's revving it, and it's like, okay, whatever, I get it, but it's a beautiful day outside, so like obviously people have their windows open, and I'm just like, really? So anyways, it just kind of like that woke me up. And then I just was like, our backyard, we're just like a little bit elevated, I think. So like if I stand at my sliding glass door, I can see over the fence and like at his driveway. And so I like got up and I had my hood on, and Alex was just cracking up on the couch. He was like, uh-oh, you poked the bear, kind of a thing. Because he knows I don't like to nap. I only nap if I'm like super, super tired. I can't believe this is going on 10 minutes. I haven't even gotten to stitching. Anyways. But anyway, so I go and I open up the sliding glass door, and I just slide it really quick open, and I'm just like staring at him. And he's like, 30 yards away. I mean, it's not like he could like hop over the fence. And I was just like staring at him as he was like working on the car. And he finally stopped. And then I just like slammed the sliding glass door. I was so pissed. But then I was like, all right, I need to get up. So I did. So now I'm up. And I am awake enough until actually the Blazers play. Portland Trail Blazers are in the finals. They're playing the Nuggets at 4:30. So I got about an hour and a half until that. So when that happens, I'm going to go downstairs and I'll take some stitching and stuff. And I might kind of doze and off. But 2 nights ago, they went to 4 overtimes. The game was epic. I went to sleep because it was on a Thursday. No, it was Friday night. I was just super tired. So Alex stayed up and watched it, and he said he was like trying to be quiet, but he was like so excited because it was a super great game. Obviously, 4 overtimes, and so he would be like, but like not. He couldn't like yell at the top of his lungs because he's very animated. Because he knew I was asleep. Because he said the game didn't go over until like 12:30, and I think I went to bed at like 9 or something, 9:30. So he was being very courteous. I was like, you probably wouldn't have woken me up. Like when I'm super tired, like I'm out cold, but it was great. He cracks me up. Okay, so let's get to the stitching. So I restarted Map of Hawthorne Hollow on the fabric that I hand dyed with Michelle and Chelsea that one morning when we were over here. So this is as far as I've gotten, and it's about 243 stitches. So the center is like over here. So I made sure that I oriented it correctly. And I have a relatively funny story. So I was just going to go down here and finish the little house. Like it says, a little bakery sign. So I finished this little house with 3826. And then I did like the black and then whatever this kind of dark burgundy color is. And then I went back to finish the house in this color, and I couldn't find the skein anywhere. Now, mind you, my desk is relatively disorganized, but I had the entire pile of floss because I ended up putting it in my Floss Buddy, all the colors because there are relatively a lot, and then I made a little London Girl grime guard to go around it. So it's like London. I could not find the floss. I could find every other floss because I bought duplicates of all of them because I didn't know how much I was going to need. And so I have the entire other pile of them. Random little skeins. I couldn't freaking find it. And I was like, and it was like a whole skein. I'd used like one strand. Anyways, so I needed to go buy some at Joann's. So I used my 40% off coupon and bought one skein of floss. She rang me up and she was like, 32 cents. I was like, thank you. It was great. I was like, it's my cheapest bill I've ever had in Joann's. It was lovely. So now I'm good to go. They're all in my Floss Buddy, my Bags Plus. I have to say, I can be critical of this one because I bought this one. I don't like how she secures them. And I think it's because, honestly, I don't know why. I wish that there was space to have your chart and your key stamp or whatever and close it and have it be like a thing. And maybe that's just why I end up usually switching out for a project bag, because I like to just be able to like grab it and go. I love the pockets. Like it's so nice to just have all of them in there. But, so I don't know. I still love them. I mean, I'm still gonna use it, obviously. And I think for bigger projects, like, I mean, this one, obviously, like a Hade with all the floss and stuff in there is going to be really helpful to have it all, you know, in there. But yeah, I wish I could just, I might try to like, I'm not going to sell them, but I may try to just like enhance this design to fit my needs, you know. But anyways, that's a tangent. Ooh. So that's where I am. Got the little vine. I'm starting on, it's a little heart flower that goes right here. So yeah, and I really like this. The fabric is perfect for it. It's stitching up really, really nicely. And yeah, I'm really excited. So I will be stitching on that one. I am doing that one for extra credit for Magical Stitches. I did not participate in the Quidditch World Cup. I totally spaced and didn't post all my whips and stuff, so I was just like, whatever. So yeah, I've just been working on all the extra credit stuff. And also I have an issue. I don't have an issue. I'm not a person that's like a race. Because and like I know that like everybody in Magical Stitches would I assume agree with me. That like I stitch for pleasure and I stitch for like self-care. And so I don't want my stitching to feel like it's something that I have to do. Like I have to drop everything and stitch. And so I don't like the whole timed things. It's just not my cup of tea. There's a lot of people who absolutely love it, and thankfully they're on my team. So, so we're good. So yeah, I'm about 250 stitches into that. So I need another 250 in order to complete. I'm doing this one for something with a vehicle, right? Yeah. And because this has like carriages and all that stuff in it. But I'm actually really enjoying it. I have loved this chart forever. I think in back like my, I don't know, like second or third Flosstube, I talk about like Hawthorne Hollow and that I love the series. And so I'm really excited that I actually have like gotten to stitch on it because I really like it. I really want to hang it in my house. So, okay, next, my little small. It was from that magazine I showed you. And that's where I got on that guy. So I am using Bittersweet by Gentle Art. And this is just, I think it's a 32 count linen. I can't remember. It's just like one of the Hobby Lobby linens. So I think that's going to be really pretty. I would finish it. My plan to finish it is in a little pillow with some cute little black ruffle around it. So that's my plan for that one. That's it. I know that wasn't a lot of stitching. It's like none. I am going to stick around and do a Stitch With Me for the next, I don't know, 40 minutes or so, or until I get too tired and I have to stop. Because I wanted to basically stitch. I want to stitch, but I know that if I'm just watching people on Flosstube, I get tired. So I need the like conversation back and forth. So go figure. We're gonna stitch on Map of Hawthorne Hollow because I love it. So yeah, welcome to the Stitch With Me. This is my intro. It's how it's gonna be. But no, anyways, I did meet my mania goal. which was awesome. I stitched 3 days this week. I also tend to count Sundays as like a double day. So like if I stitched like a Sunday, Monday, and Saturday, like I count that all in, because Sundays to me are like the end of my week. So that's like the last day of my week. So like this past week I stitched a Monday. I don't think I actually got any stitches in on Friday. I planned to. Oh, that was the Blazer game, and so I was super tired. I took it downstairs to stitch on it, and then I never did. That's the clip before this was Friday night. That's right. So I stitched Monday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I hit my goal of 3 days a week, which is awesome. Usually I don't stitch on Monday. I probably won't get a lot of stitching done this coming week because like weekdays, only because my final for my spring term part 2 is due on Thursday, and so I've been working on it here and there, and I just need to like finalize all my stuff, and so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be focused on that. I will stitch. I will take my thing. Hold on. I'll go get the door. Guard dog. Here we are. Okay, I'm back. That's fine. Alex got there before me, and then I had to talk to the telemarketer person, so it's great. But it's fine because I made some tea. Very full glass of tea, but that's okay. What was I talking about? I don't know. Just our busy week and whatever. So, but yeah, it's gonna be nice having some actual just like time to ourselves. I won't have school until the end of July, so I'll get a nice 2 months off, which would be really nice. I haven't found out my placement yet for next year, which the lady said that secondary placements are harder to find because I assume there's just kind of more moving parts, and I aspire to be a secondary teacher, so because I would have liked to like meet my teacher before school starts for the fall and like make a plan for that coming year, but I also need to take my content area tests, which I hate because basically we have to study for a test. I mean, you don't have to study, I guess. You can just walk in and take it, but I don't have that kind of knowledge. That has to do with, like social studies things and language arts things, in order to be a teacher. But what we want to be teaching is how to have kids not just hear something, memorize it, regurgitate it. Hear something, learn something, memorize it, regurgitate it. And that's literally the test that we have to take is literally that. So it's just like one of those annoying things. Like, so in order to teach kids how to actually learn and to be effective learners, I have to go take this stupid test that I would say the vast majority of information I study, I will never teach. And a lot of it is like, you'll talk about like the Mycenaeans or like the Minoans, and like ancient cultures, and then they'll ask you like in chronological order, which came first, which event happened first. And it's talking about these like super ancient, battles and dynasties and empires. It's like, okay, sure, that information is information to know if you are teaching an ancient civilizations course or a collegiate level history course. But if I'm teaching middle school, which is where I want either 6th, 7th or 8th grade, I'm going to be teaching ancient Native American tribes in the Western Hemisphere. So the big ones are like Olmec, Aztec, Mayan, Incan, and then American history. That's it. Even when you get into high school, unless you're taking a very specific ancient civilizations course, you're not going to be talking about the Mycenaeans and, the Chinese dynasties, because a lot of how the standards are focused now, it's all Western Hemisphere or Eastern Hemisphere. And we're in the Western Hemisphere, so we teach Western Hemisphere stuff. So it annoys me, So one of those like stupid things that, you have to do in order to, further your career, but whatever. So that's that. But I am excited to have a little bit of a break. I do love all my classes. I think I am really fortunate. Even though the school's not very big, it's just a small Christian college that is trying to, I think, enhance their teacher education program, their graduate level program. All the interruptions today. Quick change of plans. My mom is driving down from Portland to change and that kind of stuff, so she's heading my way. She's almost here, so I'm gonna cut this one a little bit shorter of a stitch with me because I'm so tired, you guys. But I did want to say I have a couple things. So I did have some stitchy kindness gifted to me today and last week that I forgot to mention. Michelle gave me all of her fabric dye, her liquid dye, last week. She was like, I just don't use it, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that's awesome, because she knows I've been experimenting with dyeing and stuff. And then we were talking about it last week, and she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, and I think I have like a bunch of fabric that you can have that's just been like, sitting around. So I was like, yeah, I'll take whatever so I can experiment on it. So today she gave me this like box like this big. That big? I don't know. Whatever. Of fabric, and it was awesome. Most of it's white, which is super cool. There are some colored pieces in there that I'm going to try and do some experimenting to see what I can make out of it. And then I can put that up in the shop, so that'll be awesome. So thank you, Michelle. That was so sweet of you. And then Audrey, Stitchy kindness me? I don't know. This Brews and Potions chart that I saw on her, I think it's her very first Flosstube, that looks something like, hold on, I'm trying to find it. the only picture I have right here in the front is of the chart, so I'm going to say a big fat no. I don't own this one. Mother effer. How long does it take Emmy to find a picture of the thing? Yeah, finally. Looks like that. So she passed that along to me because she knew I really liked it. And it is from the Elfin Forest on Etsy. And so I may go see if she or he, I don't know, has some more charts because I love this chart. And depending on what I find, I may purchase one and give it away. I did send out, well, I finished and sent Cheryl's bag that I made for her, plus a couple extra goodies from our giveaway. I know, it's been so long, you guys. I should have waited to do the giveaway until like after I was done with school. Because, yeah. And I hope she likes it because I really liked the fabric. I'm not going to give it away because I want her to be surprised. And so that'll be in the mail tomorrow. I also have a customer order in the mail tomorrow, which is really awesome. After my final gets done, I really plan on ramping up the shop. And so my sister and I are going to try to figure out like how to take better pictures and all that, because I think it's really important. I think it's important to have, I like nice pictures when I look at Etsy things, and so I want to kind of try to start ramping up. I definitely want to get as much inventory created as possible before fall starts, because come fall, I'll still put stuff out, but it's not going to be as regular as it will be in the coming months. So I want to kind of stockpile some stuff and then release it. I am planning on putting together some needle minders, some more grime guards. I'm trying to figure out a better way to do project bags. I hate working with vinyl. I hate working with the pocketed vinyl. Sewing it is just a pain in the ass. What I think I need to do is basically just go through and like pre-cut squares of vinyl. Just like when I go buy a big roll of it, take it home, cut it into, like 12 by 12 squares or 12 and a half. I think I have a big quilting square cutting ruler that I think I'm just going to cut like, 12 by 12, or I think it's 12 and a half by 12 and a half. So it gives you that kind of, like half an inch of seam allowance. And because that's what trips me up. The actual sewing is actually a really easy process. But it's the freaking vinyl that drives me up the wall, just because it's so hard to like get all the measurements right. And so I end up cutting everything, and then I might actually end up doing that with like the batting as well. So we shall see. But I think I am going to I'm going to try to make more of those. I may also employ the help of my sister. I might teach her how to make some as well. Just so that we could kind of, double our inventory stuff. She also makes all the earrings, everything like that are on the shop. So if you purchase those, that's my sister, my twin sister. And then we haven't gotten any of my older sister's stuff yet. She has bags and bags and bags of her scarves. We probably won't put those on until the fall either, though, because there's no point in wasting a listing if it's not cold out. So yeah, keep looking for that. I will get some updates and stuff going on, or I will be putting out updates on the Woodlet Trading Post Instagram, because I run that one, and so every time I list new stuff in the shop, I will be posting it there as well, so you can head over to the shop, and I'll post that. It's just Woodlet Trading Post. That is that's our Etsy shop, and that's our Instagram handle as well. So we do have a Facebook page, Woodlet Trading Post. There's not a ton of stuff on there, honestly. I've been doing a lot more focus on Instagram and Etsy, so that's where my loyalties lie, I guess. But yeah, anyways, so I will keep you guys updated when I do some stuff, and then hopefully I'm going to get some good stitching today during the Blazer game. Obviously, there will be no stitching during Game of Thrones. I mean, come on. And then I may not get stitching done Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, just because that's going to be like school time. But Friday for sure. So today, coming week. Well, I mean, I guess I am going to try to stitch though, because I'm going to bring my little thing for my lunches. So maybe that's when I'll do my stitching. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, and then one other thing. Just gotta bring you guys. I found, she's not new, I don't think by any means, but I found a new Flosstube channel that I really, really loved. She is a Pacific Northwest stitcher. Her name's Olivia, and she is Pumpkin Hollow Quilts here on YouTube. And she has some really, really cute, she definitely does like more like Country Cottage Needleworks and Country Cottage Needleworks. What's the other one? Little House? What am I spacing? Oh yeah, because I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. That's right. Yeah, Country Cottage and Little House Needleworks. She does a lot of those, but she also does some really pretty pieces. So go check her out if you haven't. Super sweet lady. I don't know, she seems like a super sweet lady in her videos. I don't know. And you guys, we need to get Chelsea on here. So down below, I want you guys to start a Chelsea chant. It's just like Chelsea, 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 to get her on Flosstube, because she needs to. She's working on some gorgeous, gorgeous projects. She's doing Farewell to Anger, Max Colors. No, thank you. There was literally, I think she was one that was showing it. There is a page. Every single color is different. No, that's not true. I lied. I can't remember what it is now. But anyways, there was like, yeah, like there's like 2 or 3 stitches of one color on the page. That was it. But she loves parking. Well, she says she loves parking, and then when she has to park, she doesn't like it. But she's like the queen of parking, and I love, like, just watching her park is like magical. But anyways, so get the chant going in the comments down below. Just like a 3, like Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. We gotta get her on here. So I fully support it. I'm pretty sure Michelle does. And I know Audrey just met her today, but I think she would too. So anyways, have so much fun this week, you guys. If you're participating in Mania, good for you. It's not my thing. I'm just going to stick with my stitch 3 days a week. That's good for me. So anyways, I will see you guys next time. Bye.